Right, so here we are again, Ray. Only this time it's me, President of IOSH, and you, as past President of IOSH, at the IOSH 09 conference in Liverpool, European City of Culture. We're halfway through the first day. We've talked about perceptions, we've talked about culture, we've just had the big debate, haven't we?
We have.
Risk management in the real world, driving societal change. How do you think it went? You started the discussion.
I think it went very well. I'm not quite sure we got as much out of the societal change as we could have done, but there were some very interesting points being made by people in the audience, a lot of good questions coming about how we as an organisation should be dealing with people like the media, who are skewing sometimes some of the perceptions that you get about health and safety being there to stop us doing things instead of being there to enable us to do things. So I think it was a very good panel, and certainly I think the debate went exceptionally well, and the questions that came from the floor were first rate. I really do think it went exceptionally well.
I share that view. For me, the best comment, I think, came from Nick Starling from the ABI, and he was talking about the biggest thing that we could do that would be positive would be stop putting up these signs that say, on the grounds of health and safety, stop doing this. And he got a round of applause.
A round of applause for an insurer. Who would have thought? I don't know. Absolutely magnificent. Yeah, and it was a very good point. And lots of that is the tick box the rule following, isn't it? You know, if there's a hazard, we've got to put up a sign, or, you know, because of health and safety. Let's move away from that and let's talk about real risk. Let's talk about how society is skewed, their view is skewed by some of the things that they see in the media. So, yeah, I think it was an absolutely magnificent comment to make.
Right, I'll ask you the question, and the reason that you were there as the chief instigator is because you've spent the last 12 months and some rebuttals being at the forefront of your passion, talking about positive health and safety and looking at these bonkers conquer stories. Now, Krishnan asked the audience if they thought we were right to do that. How did you feel about the response?
Perhaps it could have been a little bit more robust in it, but I thought there was generally yes, don't you think? Most people think that we're right, but I did make the point in the presentation that I gave that we do need to look at how we're going to move that on. We can't keep doing rebuttals. We have to start thinking about getting the positive message across in a good way. At the moment, the positive message is hidden within the rebuttals to the daft story. So somehow or another, we've got to get a hook, we've got to throw that hook out with some bait on it and get the press, the media, the written media, the broadcast media to actually say, yes, health and safety is positive, and we'll put that down as part of the story. But we've got to give them a story to be able to do that.
I was going to say that there were 4 people sitting at the table and Krishnan, and what came across to me, the underlying message was, we're very good at rebutting the stories, we're not very good at telling people what we do, what we actually positively do, so maybe that's the way to go.
It is. It's got to be the way to go, but all the time you're getting the negative stories, we've got to hide that positive, well, not hide, but we have to raise that positive message within the negative. But we've got to move onwards from that and concentrate on the positive. But you know, from every long journey, the first step was rebuttal, as the next bit is how we move the debate forward.